Many of us have heard the stories from our parents or our friends' parents about how they met their true love. Sometimes the story went a lot like this. Well, I had a friend that knew him or her, and so they set us up on a blind date. After that, it was love at first sight. You think to yourself, how's it love at first sight if it's somebody you never knew or heard of before? Welcome to the world of blind dating. Blind dating is going to be an experience that the majority of us will endure in a lifetime. Some of us may even experience it more than once. So I think it's important for you to experience it, to learn from such a situation. Today, I'm going to discuss what blind dating is, discuss how blind dating has changed throughout the years. Then lastly, I'll discuss the couple of websites that are used for blind dating services today. Many of us are going to get married in the future. Well, will it be because of a blind date that went well? First off, let's talk about what blind dating is. Dictionary.com defines blind dating as being a social appointment or date arranged between two people who have never met, usually by a third person. Usually, this third person is a friend or family member that knows both parties pretty well. Ashley S., in her article about blind dating facts, stated that blind dating is a rather commonly used method of going on a date in these times. People like to meet new people, and it's very hard for some people to date people that they already know. The people they already know the good and bad things about them, and in return, you may know the good and bad things about them as well. So, it's hard to date people that you know. So people like to go out and meet new people and give a good first impression on somebody who doesn't really know them very well. Here's a little fun fact about blind dating. Reference.com states that the dating coaches advise people meeting on a blind date to avoid a restaurant for a first meeting. That's strange, huh? As an experience of mine, the blind date I went on, I did take the date to a restaurant, and as I can see, it was not a very good thing for me to do. But they do advise you to take your date on a location that gives the couple the opportunity to walk and talk and move around and provide something interesting to refer to during those awkward silences that you're going to have. Now that I've got done discussing just about what blind dating is, let's talk about how it's changed throughout the years. Let's start off by talking about technology. Technology is a blessing to have in these days of times. And our parents didn't have something like that. The only kind of technology they had were cars, radios, and televisions. And some maybe even had a cell phone in the early 90s, but majority of people didn't. But they don't have technology like we do. They don't have Facebook on the phone or texting, instant messaging, right at their fingertips. So the old way of people to meet was through a blind date due to mutual friend, as I discussed before. But with technology, blind dating has changed. Reference.com states that blind dates are becoming more commonplace following the rise of the internet. People now use the internet to talk on instant messaging boards and chat rooms. People meet through Facebook as well and MySpace. Facebook's the big thing at this time. So you might have experienced that somebody you don't know has added you and you end up talking and never know, you could end up dating. There's a blind date scenario for you. And I actually had an experience of meeting an ex-girlfriend on Facebook as well. As you can tell, I have the label ex before girlfriend, so you can see that didn't work out too well. So, it's very common for people these days to go straight to a social networking site such as Facebook instead of going through a friend and, doing the old ritual of meet through a friend. The internet is used for manipulating people. I can make myself look like a movie star, a singer, someone famous, someone who is not me. That's why people tend to move straight towards social networking sites so they can seem as somebody they're not. Now that I've discussed how blind dating has changed, the last thing I will discuss today is some services used today for blind dating. You can go to Google and type in blind dating services, and you're going to have hundreds of sites pour on to your screen. And I'm only going to discuss a couple of them today, but there are more out there for you to research on your own. One of the biggest ones is eHarmony. On eHarmony's About page, it talks about who created the website. Dr. Neil Clark Warren created the site. He He launched it in 2000 and is now the #1 trusted relationship service provider in the United States. Dr. Warren created a formula that includes 29 dimensions of compatibility. The compatibility test includes traits that define you and traits that you're looking for and the person that you want to be with. You'll set yourself an account, you'll make up a profile, and then it'll match you with people that match your compatibility from that test around this area of yours in which you do it, and then bam, you're off, and it's up to you on who you talk to at that point. Next up is Match, and everybody's seen the Match commercials and eHarmony commercials as well. On Match.com's About page, it talks about how it was launched in April of 1995. Match.com helped pioneer the online dating industry and now services 24 countries and territories and hosts websites in 15 different languages. They create romantic opportunities so singles are more likely to find somebody they are looking for, and that is special towards them. So Match.com came out before eHarmony did. And so Match.com, as I said, is the pioneer of the dating service online. On Match.com, you also create a profile, you upload pictures, stuff like that, and with the click of a mouse, it will match you with people around your area. Today, I'll discuss about what blind dating is, and I'll discuss how it's changed throughout the years, and I'll finally discuss some of the websites used today as services. As I stated before, a lot of us are going to get married, but it can be from a blind date. As you can see, blind dating has changed throughout the years. It went from not knowing a dang thing about the person to knowing everything about them, including their shoe size and their glove size and what type of makeup they put on. It's pretty crazy, right? Some blind dates go well and relationships start out of them. Most of them don't. Just go about your way. But you'll experience one, there's no doubt about it. Either it's through the internet or through the old-fashioned way through a mutual friend. Blind dating is an experience in life that you must endure. So make it the best of it.